Those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with the referee. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's so simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big pickup of 38. Boy, Dalvin Cook just so explosive in the open field. He's not a small guy either, but once he gets those legs churning, look out. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down at the 33. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 11 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. They run it again with Cook. Down at the 25. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that. But that time, they were up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's now 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Cook following the penalty. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. And it's blocked. And the Cowboys pick it up. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 40. Past the 20. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Play action now, Prescott. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline, and that's one of the...
Kevin O'Connell clearly unhappy with that call, and he's thrown that red challenge flag out on the field. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. A first down carry by Elliott. And a loose football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Play is under review.
And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. They'll run with Pollard. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. This time, good ball security and a good result. 1st and 10.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Pollard again. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
So this game, Charles, you get that, but this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Credit him with a 1-yard. It's 2nd and 9. Here's Pollard. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. Prescott to throw it. Left side to Lamb. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to put one over his head as this game progresses.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as a... with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Prescott to throw on fourth. Sliding out of the pocket.
Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And the Cowboys are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Inside give to Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott
with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Marr on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. But not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Marr now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Back to it after the pick six. Cousin open here, Adam Thielen. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was our visitors who were able to walk away with the road victory. Carson Wentz, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Matt Ryan, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half. Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins now. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The linebacker, Jordan Hicks, flying in there for the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Prescott, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. On play action, Cousins. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
That ball caught by Campbell. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw is Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
And now down 3 scores, I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
For the field goal, a 22-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will close the gap down to 14.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, and you just get that feel.
Yeah, the teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Prescott off play action. This is caught by Hilton.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
On play action, Prescott. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw here pulled in by Hilton.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. Prescott now. He goes right back the way of Hilton. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. Buying time to his left. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Vikings 9.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to success. Zone over the top.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, here's Cousins.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on 4th. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
On 2nd down, Cook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
76 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a first down. Madison is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
3rd and goal for Cousins. And that is incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it, right?
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Well, Prescott here to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing. Prescott. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Prescott on 4th down. Looking deep for Hilton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Throwing here, Prescott. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Defense.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. There's a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against it.
Play action now, Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Prescott eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys are going to be moving to 10-0 as they add on to this big lead.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And this will be incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Let's be smart. Let's play ball.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking deep for Hilton. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Down.
Prescott to throw on 4th. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
First down, here's Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. One last shot now for Cousins. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
So it's a win here for the Cowboys, and it was Dak Prescott, their quarterback, who really led the charge.
Yeah, the numbers don't jump off the page, but he was a steady influence back there. He had a couple of touchdown passes on the afternoon. His guys rallied around him, and they're going to come away victorious.
So for Dallas, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo, Porso, photogenic. All I know is to go get it.